Hi guys, thank you so much for joining me today. I'm so happy you're here. I am actually going to be sharing something really cool with you guys today, a really amazing and powerful meditation. This meditation is designed to help you experience the oneness that we always hear talked about. So before I get started, a little bit about me and why I really like to bring it back to basics when it comes to these types of things, like my meditations or my practice or the things that I'm teaching, for example. But when I first started on my spiritual journey, or even before I started on my spiritual journey, really, or I'd say started so intensely. I've been on a spiritual journey for as long as I can remember, but really started on this particular path with this set of beliefs and all this stuff. I was very turned off by all the spiritual buzzwords getting thrown around out there. Just like you would hear the same stuff repeated over and over, like we're all one. We need to remember we're one. You're one with the universe. That was a big one. Or just, these different buzzwords we hear all the time. And I found myself like not devoting very much time to what these concepts meant. And here's the thing is that like these are really ancient teachings and they need to be taught, but I feel like sometimes we get so desensitized because in the spiritual realm we are so exposed to these constant barrage of buzzwords, sacredness and just the things we hear all the time. You guys know what I'm talking about if you're running in these circles, just these buzzwords, and we become so desensitized to them that I feel like we don't ever really know what it means, and it's just something that's being said, but we sometimes collectively I feel like have lost touch with the true meaning of the things that we're throwing around and the concepts and the words. And so in my chakra balancing group that I facilitate, I do an online chakra balancing membership group where we spend a week on each of the 7 chakras. I was working on the brow chakra lessons and content, and the brow chakra is all about understanding our oneness with everything around us and everything that is. And so I created this beautiful meditation to actually help you guys, and at the time I was creating it for the wonderful women in my group, but to actually, instead of just talking to them or telling them or throwing the word oneness or we're all one with the universe and all these things, I said, let me show you how it actually feels. And then it is beyond just this thing that we're talking about, this like concept that's just out there that we don't really understand. So that's really how I came up with this meditation. And truly in meditation, you'll hear so many people say like, I experience the oneness. So all meditation is really geared towards like us feeling that interconnectedness we have with everything. But this meditation I've specifically designed just to be able to really lean into that, understand it, know what it feels like, and just sit in that beautiful space when you're acknowledging our oneness with everyone, everything in this entire universe. Something that has been so interesting to me lately, and again, we always talk about consciousness and what does consciousness mean, especially in the spiritual world. Consciousness has its own kind of like meaning unto itself. But I've been watching a lot of stuff lately, documentaries and whatnot about consciousness, and I heard something so interesting. It's just stuck in my mind about, and it really is a testament to how we're all connected through consciousness. And what is consciousness? That's what we're kind of getting to, right? It's, this underlying thread of energy that we can't really see, but we're all aware of. It's the awareness. And so what I found so fascinating is I was watching this documentary and they were kind of talking about our interconnectedness and how we're all connected by this collective consciousness that we all share, this thread of energy that runs through every single one of us. And they were doing different experiments. So they put a plant in a room and they put the plant in one corner of the room. And then in the middle of the room, they had an automatic light that was set up. It was programmed to switch directions periodically and move about the room. So, it would be facing one corner for a little while, then it would face another corner, face the middle. As you see, it would face all different points of the room. the really interesting thing that happened is after a little while of the plant sharing the space in this room with this light, they noticed that the light began to spend more time focused on the plant than it did other areas of the room. And so it's just mind-blowing. It gives me chills to think about it, but it really is kind of like that. They're trying to prove this collective consciousness, and they're doing these experiments, and it's just mind-blowing because it really does lend truth to what we've always been saying, but also even like these plants are sentient, we know that, but even like non-sentient, like the things you're sitting in and all these things around us, they have a level of consciousness that we share with like your couch, your table, everything, every single thing around you. We share a level of collective consciousness with these inanimate items and objects even. And so I just think it's so crazy to see how like that plant was able to communicate with the light because it needs the light to survive, and it was a matter of survival. And however that works, we don't know, and that's the thing, that's the magic, isn't it? But I think that stuff is so important, and it's just important to understand, and it's really testament to how our energy is affecting other people's energy and vice versa, and also how our energy and our thoughts affect the quality of our experiences. So, if we are keeping those thoughts focused, forward with our broader perspective and looking forward with positivity, excitement, joy, spending our time present, connecting to joy, then that is what the tone of our whole experience becomes painted like. And so doing these types of meditations are really beneficial in helping to not only just understand in theory, but to feel what it feels like to be connected to everything that is. So without any further explanation, let's go ahead and get started. So the first thing is you always want to be seated. A lot of people will tell you, go ahead and get your feet on the ground. Personally, for me, I like to meditate in easy pose. You can't see my legs, but they are crisscrossed. But, just be comfortable however you want. Just straight back. You can sit in a chair, feet on the floor. You can sit in easy pose like I like to do. But the most important thing is we want to become a really good, clear channel during our meditation. So you want to keep this really straight. Spine straight, back straight. Lungs really nice and open, heart space facing forward, roll the shoulders back, and just really get into that good posture. So very important. The mudra today we're going to be doing is index to thumb. This is also known, I believe, as the ego eradicator, but don't quote me on that, but I think that is one name this mudra is referred to. So thumb, index, resting on the legs, palms open, and then we are going to begin. So you want to go ahead and close your eyes. I'm going to close my eyes with you, and the first thing we're going to do is to center ourselves with a couple deep breaths. So let's energetically bring ourselves together. You are going to hear me do a short chant at the beginning. Once the meditation starts, I'll do 3 rounds of it, and that's just to really bring me inwards, to get me connected so that I'm best able to serve you guys through these words and through this meditation. So let's go ahead and close the eyes and begin with the breath. And so this is a really deep breath in through the nose, and exhalation, total release through the mouth, but with control. And don't be afraid to make noise with your breath. If it feels good, let it out. Oh, yeah. Another one. Continue with your breathing. Namo Gurudev Namo Guru Dev Namo. Namo. Guru Dev Namo. Beautiful. All right. So if you haven't done so already, let your breathing return to normal breath, but keep your inhalations nice and deep for now that we've loosened up those lungs. The first thing I want you to do right now is we are going to ground. So grounding is always a really important part of starting any meditation. So to begin, what I want you to do is I want you to visualize a grounding cord. Starting right at the hips, so kind of like where you're sitting, it will be the width of your hips or your butt, kind of starting right at the spine or right under the butt. And see this grounding cord begin to grow. And this cord can be anything. It can look like anything. It can be made out of any material. My grounding cord looks like angel or a rose quartz because I just love it and it's just what came to me. But your grounding cord can be whatever you like. The most important thing is keep the grounding cord nice and hollow because we release stuff down it. So see that grounding cord forming, and I want you to breathe in really deep with me right here. And then release. And as you're releasing, every release, you're pushing that grounding cord down. So it's going down past whatever you're sitting on right now, down through the floor. Another deep breath in. Releasing, and even further down, we let the cord go. Down, down, down through the foundation of your home or wherever you're sitting, wherever building you're in. And finally, it is breaking through the earth's surface now. Deep breath in. Further down it goes. Further down into the earth. Every breath you take, you're really able to feel that stability. You're becoming more anchored and secure. Feel the weight in your lower sacral and solar plexus and root chakra just becoming really heavy with that grounding. Deep breath in. And even further. Feel the cool sensation that you feel when your hands are in the dirt. Imagine that just surrounding your grounding cord and all that grounding energy surrounding it, keeping you nice and safe and anchored down to the earth. Down, down, down. Further and further the cord goes. Another deep breath in. And pushing that cord. Now I want you to see that you have pushed your cord and grown it all the way down to the center of the earth now. You're securely fastened here energetically, and your cord serves many functions for you during this meditation. It's keeping you nice and grounded, it's connecting you to the earth, and it's also going to be where you're going to send anything that shows up for you during this meditation that you want to let go of. So right now, as we're sitting here, I want you to release down your grounding cord any labels that you have. You know, for example, I'm a mom, I'm a teacher, I'm a mentor, I'm a student, I am a soon-to-be wife, partner, And so in this moment, though, I'm just going to be me. So I'm going to release all those labels and all those jobs and all those responsibilities for now. They get to go down the grounding cord, and I'm handing those over to Spirit just to take care of for a little bit, just to hold for me, so that I can just be free completely. I've released all those labels, and now you are sitting here, just you, just the essence of who you are, outside of all of those humanistic demands that we have. So I want you to take a deep breath in. And with the exhale, continue releasing that attachment to identity that we've formed. And I want you to understand that we're not releasing it because we don't love our jobs. We don't love being a mother, a wife, a student, a teacher, a best friend, whatever it is that you are, whatever labels show up that you need to release. It's not that we don't love it, we do. But it's just we're creating the space right now to be who we are in the absence of that, to connect with our higher selves, our spirit selves, and the oneness. So deep breath in. And releasing. Now I want us to just sit for a moment in this space, but just feel. I want you to feel what it feels like to be connected to Earth in this way. I want you to feel how good it feels to hand everything over to a power outside of yourself and just let yourself be. That's what we're doing right here. We're just letting ourselves be. So enjoy this feeling for a moment. Focus on your breath. And if any thoughts start to show up or your mind starts to wander, that's okay. If you're new to meditation, that's bound to happen. That's why we created our grounding cord as well. You can allow those thoughts to come to you, and then you can allow them to go right down your grounding cord. So we don't want to stop them. We don't judge ourselves for having them. We acknowledge them, we observe them, and then we release them. We let them go down that cord, and we remember that we are just us. So let's have a couple moments here. Beautiful. Now I want you to set a little intention right now. I want you to set your intention on experiencing oneness through this practice. Let Spirit know that's what you came here to do, and allow Spirit to support and guide you. It's always important that we set our intentions so that God knows how to support us or what it is that we're seeking in this moment. Perfect. Now I want you to continue on with your breath. We're going to go back to the really deep breaths. But as you breathe in now, I want your focus to be on expansion. So with every breath in that you take, you are expanding your energy, okay? In every possible direction. So deep breath in. Visualize that expansion. You might want to visualize the energy around you as a light. That's what I see. I see iridescent light. So see that iridescent light in your mind's eye. See yourself sitting in your meditative pose right now in your mind's eye. And see that light all around you. See that energetic field that we all have. Now that you can see that in your mind's eye, I want you to almost visualize yourself like you're watching yourself from the outside, like you are watching a movie. So you can kind of like turn yourself around inwardly and face yourself and be the observer. See yourself sitting in your pose. See your energy all around you. And just visualize what I'm walking you through for a little bit. So deep breath in. And that beautiful light is expanding. So see it merging with all the things in the room around you. The plants, if you have plants, the inanimate objects, your furniture. Deep breath in. Expanding, expanding, expanding. Let your energy fill the room you're in fully and completely. See it expanding out to all four walls. Deep breath in. And we're expanding past the room you're in, into the home or bigger space that you're in. That energy is flowing out. See it connecting with everything and everyone that's in your space. Anyone in your home, all the things in your home, all the food in your pantry. Deep breath in. And we're expanding even further now. So now I want you to visualize this practice back inside your body. So now we're going to begin to feel what this expansion feels like. So we've extended this energy out past the room, out past the home or building that we're sitting in, and it's now left and it's extending out into the world in all directions. Deep breath in, expanding even further. Out it goes, past your driveway or yard or whatever's outside your building, past the street that you're on, further and further with each breath you go. Deep breath in, and now expand this energy even further. We're leaving the earth now and expanding this energy out towards the cosmos and into the universe to connect with everything out there as well. Deep breath in. Deep breath out, expanding further. Further and further into the universe you go, traveling the cosmos while still securely grounded here to Earth. So now we have successfully connected to Earth, we've connected to sky, we've expanded our energy in every direction. Now I want you to sit for just a little bit. We're going to sit in this space and enjoy what this feels like. And as you sit here, I want you to lean into this beautiful feeling. I want you to allow the separation that we form in our human mind to dissolve away. Experience oneness. So we're going to sit in this space for a couple minutes. Let the breath return to what feels good for you. And any thought that shows up, you can just observe it and let it flow down your grounding cord. Deep breath in and release. I want you to start slowly bringing your awareness back. You can release the mudra, let the eyes kind of flutter open. So obviously you are going to want to sit with this meditation for longer than we did here. This is really me showing you how to experience this, but when you do this on your own, you'll walk yourself through the same processes, and it's really easy. It's all with your breath. It's first you're going to ground, and then you're going to expand. So take as long as you need through that grounding and expansion process. Get your breath really nice and flowing. Get that really wonderful feeling that we get when we begin centering ourselves. And once you get to that place, you can sit in that meditative state. So if you're new to meditation, that might only be 5 minutes for you. That's fine. Don't judge yourself. One thing I always cringe when I hear people say is, I'm not good at meditating, because it's like, nobody's good at meditating if you've never meditated before. It's like anything else, we must practice it, and then you work your way up. So if these practices are difficult at first, that's okay. Don't be harsh on yourself. Don't judge yourself. Keep practicing them, keep working at it, and in time it becomes easier. So I suggest sitting in that state of oneness, starting out for 5 minutes if you're new, and work your way up. Then do 10 until you get to 20 or 30 minutes. And what you will find is, in this state of mind, in this oneness, when you're experiencing that, you have made it possible. You've opened the door, you've connected yourself to that collective consciousness and to that collective wisdom that's available to all of us, and you will receive so much information during meditation like this. So many downloads, so many things come to you, so much guidance. It's life-changing when you get a regular practice like this and you bring meditation into your daily practice. It really is life-changing. It just creates the space and the support that you need for the rest of your day. So I encourage you to work with this, sit in that silent time, sit with that breath for 5, 10, 15 minutes, work your way up to 20 minutes over the next couple months and see how that feels. And if you need a refresher, of course, you can always revisit this meditation and I can walk you through it, and then you can just sit in that space for as long as you need. So I so hope that this has served you today, and I, as always, am sending out so much love to each and every one of you. Thank you again for joining me.